When my brother Ethan called to tell me about his engagement, I was genuinely happy for him. We'd grown up close, even shared an apartment in college. So, when I said, I can't wait for the engagement party, and he went quiet, I felt something twist in my chest. He sighed. Actually, Mia, we're keeping it small. Just close friends and family. I laughed, thinking he was joking. I am family. But he didn't laugh. He cleared his throat. You know what I mean? No, I didn't. But I understood one thing. His fiancée Olivia never liked me. She thought I was too blunt, which was her polite way of saying she hated that I could see through her fake charm. She tried to drive wedges between Ethan and everyone else. And apparently I was next. The next few days were a blur of quiet anger and disappointment. My parents tried to comfort me, saying, it's their event. Don't take it personally. But how could I not? My own brother had chosen someone else's comfort over mine. So instead of sitting home stewing in bitterness, I booked a last-minute solo trip to Aspen. It was something I'd always wanted to do, but kept putting off. Snowy mountains, quiet mornings, and no drama. It sounded like exactly what I needed. I told no one except my best friend, who said, you're handling this like a queen. Maybe, but truthfully, I just didn't want to sit around feeling unwanted. The night of Ethan's engagement party, I was sitting by a fireplace in a cozy lodge, sipping hot chocolate, watching snowfall through the window. I opened my phone, scrolled through social media, and there it was, a flood of photos from the party, my family smiling, Olivia showing off her ring, and Ethan looking happy but tired. Then I noticed something strange in one of the videos, an argument in the background. Olivia's voice, sharp and tense. I couldn't hear it clearly, but the look on Ethan's face told me something was wrong. I turned off my phone, pushed it aside, and tried to forget it. But deep down, I knew this wasn't over. Something about that expression told me that my absence wasn't just noticed. It was about to change everything. The next morning, I woke up to the sound of my phone buzzing relentlessly on the bedside table. 6 missed calls from Ethan, 3 from Mom, 1 from an unknown number. My stomach dropped. I answered the next call before I could overthink it. Mia, thank God. Ethan's voice cracked through the line. I don't even know where to start. What happened? I asked, sitting up straight. He sighed heavily. Everything blew up last night. Olivia, she lost it. She accused me of cheating on her right in front of everyone. She threw her ring at me, stormed out, and now she's posting about how I betrayed her. I rubbed my temples. Did you? He sounded almost offended. No, I was talking to Sarah, my coworker, about a charity event. Olivia saw us and lost her mind. She said I humiliated her by inviting someone she didn't like. So, this all happened at the engagement party? Yeah, he said quietly. And the worst part, she told everyone she didn't want you there because you'd ruin the energy. She made me promise not to invite you. I froze. Wait, you let her? He didn't respond right away. I didn't think it would matter. I just wanted the night to go smoothly. I exhaled sharply. Well, that worked out great. He groaned. Mia, I know I messed up, but I need you now. I don't even know where to go from here. I looked out the window. The mountain air outside was bright, silent, peaceful, the total opposite of the chaos he was describing. You need a break, I said. Finally, come to Aspen. He hesitated. You serious? Completely. You've been trying to please everyone for years. Come clear your head. 2 days later, he showed up standing outside the lodge with dark circles under his eyes and a small duffel bag in his hand. He looked like someone who'd aged 5 years in a weekend. The first thing he said after hugging me was, I should have listened to you. We spent hours walking through snowy trails, him talking, me listening. He admitted that Olivia had been controlling from the start, checking his messages, dictating what he wore, even managing his bank account for organization. He said he thought love meant compromise. But it turned out he was just shrinking himself to fit her world. That night by the fire, Ethan said something I'll never forget. She didn't just want to marry me. She wanted to own me. It hit me how many times I'd seen that coming, and stayed silent to avoid drama. When he left Aspen 3 days later, he looked lighter. He said he'd broken off the engagement completely and wanted to start over. No fake apologies, no trying to fix what was broken. Before he left, he hugged me again. I owe you, he said. I smiled. No, you don't. You just owe yourself some honesty. After he drove off, I sat by the window again, watching the snowfall. My phone buzzed. A text from Olivia. Hope you're happy. You got what you wanted. I didn't reply because for once it wasn't about being right. It was about finally being free from all of it. 2 weeks after Ethan left Aspen, life started to settle. I was back home working quietly when the storm returned. This time online, Olivia had turned her heartbreak into a public crusade. Her first post read, "Some people just can't stand to see others happy, especially jealous sisters who never had anything going for them." She didn't name me, but everyone knew who she meant. Family friends called. Distant relatives texted. Even my parents asked, "Did you really sabotage their engagement?" I didn't answer any of them. I didn't need to. Ethan did. He posted a photo of the mountains in Aspen with a caption that said, "Truth has a way of surfacing. Thank you to the only person who stood by me when everyone else was playing pretend." Within hours, Olivia's sympathy brigade turned into silence. Some even deleted their comments. She tried messaging Ethan privately, asking to talk, but he left her on read. A few nights later, Mom invited both of us for dinner. It was awkward at first. No one knew how to bring it up. Then Mom finally said, "Mia, we owe you an apology. We believed what we wanted to believe." I just nodded. "You don't need to explain. I understand." But what surprised me most was Ethan. He looked across the table and said, "You were always the strong one." I just didn't see it until now. It was strange hearing that from him, the brother who used to roll his eyes whenever I made my own choices, who thought independence meant rebellion. Now he finally understood what standing up for yourself actually looked like. After dinner, I walked outside. The air was cold, but it felt clean. My phone buzzed again. A final text from Olivia. "I hope you're proud of yourself. You ruined everything." I stared at the screen for a moment, then deleted the message without replying because pride wasn't what I felt. Peace was. For the first time in years, I didn't need to prove my worth to anyone. Not to my parents, not to my brother, and definitely not to someone who built her world on appearances. Sometimes losing your place in someone else's story is how you finally start writing your own.